Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I've done a Beatle Finds video, and the reason for that is because, as I told you in my last video, I got a new job, so I've been kind of busy during the week, but also just finding Beatle stuff, it seems like for me, stuff that I really want, it's just become harder and harder. I don't know if you guys have felt that same way, but it's a little bit frustrating, but at the same time, the stuff I do find, it's stuff I really wanted and I really treasure. So, I have a few things to show you, and I will first start off with a couple of 45s and an EP. This first one is a picture disc. This is Strawberry Fields Penny Lane picture disc, and let me give you a better close-up view here. I love that shot of the Beatles. And then there's the back here with the original sleeve there, and it tells you what songs are on there. The funny thing about this, I don't know if it's too funny, the interesting thing about this is the sound quality of this is absolutely terrible. I'm pretty sure this is an official release. It says so on the back here. It has all the right stuff, you know, all rights reserved, Parlophone Records, EMI Records, but it just sounds terrible. I don't know if it's because it's a picture disc, and sometimes those can sound kind of bad, kind of noisy. But anyway, if any of you have any more information on this, I would be really happy to read about it. So let me know what you think. I like the look of it though, and to be honest with you, I have good versions of this on record, so it's not a big loss. I really just bought it because it looks cool, and I have it on my bookcase right now. So yeah, so that's a Beatles Strawberry Fields Penny Lane picture disc. Then I finally got my hands on this. It's something I've been trying to find for a long time. It's always on eBay, but I finally found it in a record store. This is the Baby It's You EP. It was released when Live at the BBC album came out in 1994, I believe. Yep, 94. And this, they, I guess, put out at the same time as that. And I've seen it, like I said, a bunch online. I even saw it, I think, at Beatle Fest when I went about 10 years ago. But I never was able to pick it up, and I finally found it for $2 in a record store, and this is in really good shape. So I'll take it. There's the back there. And these are all just BBC recordings. And here is what the 45 looks like. It does have a mark right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. But it's just like a... It doesn't play at all, which is great. So I don't know what the mark is from. Might be from just like someone brushing against it or whatever. But there's the label, the Apple label, of course. And then the B side with the apple cut in half. And it's got Baby It's You, I'll Follow the Sun, Devil in Her Heart, and Boys. So you got John, Paul, George, and Ringo all on lead vocals. And it's just a really cool EP that I'm really happy to have in my collection. And I always have loved that photo, and I just like the whole look of just this EP. It's just really cool. So, really happy to pick this up. BBC Baby It's You EP. Then this is something I got for free, and it's unplayable, but it's just cool to have. This is the VJ label. This is Please Please Me, backed with From Me to You. I'll give you a better look here. You can see it's absolutely just thrashed. Whoever had this played it to death, and then after they played it to death, they stomped on it or something. I don't know. But it's cool because it has the songwriting credit as McCartney-Lennon. I don't know if you can, if I can give you a close-up there if you can see that. Not really, but anyway, I promise it says McCartney-Lennon. And it's just kind of cool to have this on the VJ label, because as I'm sure a lot of you know, VJ put out the Beatles stuff in America before Capitol did. And just cool to have. I'll put it, you know, in a pile of 45s. Fun to have. But I did try to listen to it on one of my not as nice record players, just to see what it sounded like, and it was just, you know the sound. So anyway, From Me to You, Please Please Me, VJ 45. Now this next record, I don't know if I've shown this yet, but I got this a while ago. This is Wonderwall music by George Harrison on Apple, and this is a German a German pressing of Wonderwall. I've never owned this on vinyl, so now I have it. Actually, now that I'm showing this, I think I have shown this before. Anyway, really happy to get it. And Bobby's trying to jump up here. I don't really want to do. Okay, there you go. I stopped him. It might have been disastrous, folks. There he is. He made his way into the video. Anyway, this is Wonderwall by George Harrison, and I've always liked this soundtrack, by the way. It's really, really cool. Kind of mood music. Okay, I then picked up this. This is a really clean copy of the early Beatles. This is a stereo copy. And this is on Capitol. And I believe this is not the original inner sleeve, obviously, because it says London. But this is what it came with when I bought it. But it's on the Capitol Rainbow label. And this is just, you know, a rehash of the Please Please Me album. But, you know, made for the American market. And I really just bought it because this cover is just in really, really great condition. I love that shot of the four of them looking up. This is the shot that's on the back cover of Beatles for Sale, as I'm sure all of you know. And, yeah, thought I'd pick it up. And it looks really nice. Sounds pretty good, too, to be honest with you. But didn't really buy it for the sound. Bought it more for just the really nice cover. And this is last for the records. This is a bootleg I've wanted a long, long time, and I finally just decided to buy it on eBay because I've never been able to find it in the stores, and I got it for a pretty good price. And this is the Beatles live at Abbey Road Studios. This is from when they did the Beatles. They invited people into Abbey Road in 1983 to witness a show where they would like show you where the Beatles recorded in #2 studio, and then they would play outtakes. And of course, they tried really hard to make security good so no one could record it and bootleg it. But somehow, some way, these folks got in there and were able to record it in pretty good quality, although not great, but pretty good quality. And because of that, you got a bunch of outtakes that at the time were really, really, really rare and no one had heard before. Now, of course, these are all just, we've heard these all, most of these, they're almost all available in better quality. But this is the original bootleg that came out. I've always really wanted it just to hear it. And I finally got it, and it is really fascinating. And I like the packaging here. It's kind of cool. It's a gatefold. It's a double album. And it's just kind of made it look like the White Album, you know, where they list the song titles here. And you got 4 photos. Give a little information on here. But yeah, I finally picked this up. Back's kind of cool too. They did like a mock-up of, you know, an EMI tape box. But yeah, this is the Beatles live at Abbey Road. So I'm happy to add this to my bootleg collection. Last but not least, my friend Casey gave me this bit of an oddity. Now, I have no idea what time this is from. It looks like it's like from the 80s. This is a display. As you can see here on the back, it's got a little thing there. This is a display that it's like a trivia thing. So let me get a little closer here. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. So it's a record player, and then it's got 2 little slidey things, one here and one here. So here is the question. I don't know if you can see this or not. There's a question, and then you can find the answer over here. Now, the reason I know that this is a little bit later than the 80s and even the 90s is that one of the questions is about the Beatles 1 compilation. So we know then that it's at least from the year 2000 and later, right? Because didn't 1 come out in 2000? Maybe 1999. Anyway, around there. So we know it's at least that old. But I wonder, when did this come out? Does anyone know? Anyone have any idea? Did this come out with the reissues of the like Capitol albums when they did like the Capitol box set Volume 1, Volume 2? Is it from that? Because I see on here that it's a lot of the U.S. It's all the U.S. versions of the records. Like you got the Capitol, Rubber Soul, then you got like the United States Help and Meet the Beatles. So anyway, I have no idea what this is from, but it's really, really cool. And I put it on my bookcase because it looks neat displayed there, and I love the little thing in the back. But if anyone has any information on this, I would be really happy to know what you know about it. So anyway, those are my Beatle finds, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will probably be doing a live chat sometime this weekend. I don't know when. Probably Sunday evening, maybe. But stick around. Maybe you'll see me on there. We can chat, talk about Beatles, talk about whatever. And that's it. So talk to you all soon. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you, those of you that went to Beatle Fest, hope you had a great time. Wish I could have been there next year, maybe. Anyway, we'll zoom in on this weird Beatle artifact. No.